So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We are going to dissect this season, this January transfer window, this fan base's lack of ambition, this football club's lack of ambition. The fact that we lost last night is, oh, it's okay. Let's just brush that under the carpet. That doesn't matter that we lost. We've qualified anyway. That kind of loser mindset is the reason this club has been finished at the highest level for the last 16, 17, 18 years. And that is exactly the reason why it won't continue to ever get back there. The never-ending process that has no end dates. I'm still waiting. Obviously, I've put this out a few times on many platforms. Terry's channel, Rance's channel, this channel, fan cams, watch-alongs, streams like this, podcasts, shows with other people on this channel. Asked many times, can somebody tell me when the end date of the process is? Because it's trust the process. Well, how am I supposed to trust something that I don't know when it's going to end? Like, if you tell me the process is going to be X, Y, Z, and it ends in 2023 or 2024, then I'll consider getting on board and trusting it. But when there is no end date, how am I supposed to get on board with that? Because as far as I'm concerned, it is just waffle. They might as well put Captain Birdseye on the shirt. Yeah, forget Fly Emirates, Captain Birdseye, because all they do is waffle. Yeah, it's embarrassing. But it is what it is. Talking of Eddie and Nketiah, I want to play this very quickly. Somebody's just tagged me in this on TikTok. Listen to this. This is mad. Right, watch this. Hang on. 1 second. Let me start again so you can hear that, yeah?
People have so much expectation of you, but it's like, bro, I'm coming on for 8 minutes. Bro.
Yeah,
It's 9 minutes. Bro, I'm coming for 9 minutes. We're winning 1-0, bro. The aim is to hold on to the lead, bro. It's not like I'm coming on, we need a goal or having touch. Bro, I might come on 9 minutes and have one touch of the ball, bro. But at the end of the day, I'm okay with doing that for the team, innit? But it's like, the expectation is that you have to come on literally and just score. Like, I haven't even got the ball. You obviously come and score, bro. People have...
Mad. 100 grand a week we're paying that. Mental. Absolutely mental. Well, you didn't come on for 9 minutes last night, did you, mate? You played 90 plus stoppage time and failed to do absolutely anything. So let's not chat breeze here. But again, he shouldn't even be at the football club because he ain't good enough. And it's because of this fan base that he is at the football club. When he's leaning on the corner flag, giving it all of that at Stamford Bridge, and our fans are in delirium because we're beating Chelsea. Like, oh, but he scored 5 goals in the run to the end of the season. Yeah, them 5 goals took us from 4th to 5th. Yeah, well done, mate. We were 4th without his goals. We then got his goals and finished 5th. What a player. Sign him up. Oh, how? Eddie and Nketiah. Sign him up, baby. Sign him up. 100 grand a week. He's leaving. He's leaving. The door's there. He's about to... No. Come on. Come and sit down. We'll give you 100 grand a week. We'll give you Thierry's number. Come on. You know you make sense. You know it makes sense. Come on, Eddie. Come on. All right then, boss. Yeah? Jesus Christ. Unbelievable, Jeff. Have you seen Odegaard? He's been missing for months. I have seen Odegaard, believe it or not. That's another one that likes to talk himself up. And he has come out, and it's on Arsenal's website, believe it or not. So we're going to go to that. Where are we? There we go. Let's scroll down. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, Mikel Arteta says we've got no time to feel sorry for ourselves. Okay, mate. Well done. Where is it? Where has it gone? It was on their website. Why can't I find it? News. Why can't I find it? Maybe it's on there. Maybe I just can't see it. He actually said that he is playing the best football of his life. It's the best football in his career so far. This is the best of him. We're seeing the best of him. And this is the best of Martin Odegaard. Well, we've seen the best. The best ain't good enough, so you can leave in January as well. Goodbye. take Eddie with you. Close the door on the way out. And yeah, well, at least you won an award, mate. You won an award that no one's ever heard of that makes you better than Erling Haaland, according to the journalist that asked the question. This football club is mad. It's actually mad. We're about to apparently sign the next R9, according to superfans. So all saved. We're signing a 16-year-old. He's the next R9. Unbelievable. What a player. Because everyone watches Brazilian League, don't they? Eat, sleep, you're a joker. You're actually a joker. The 50 million war chest is back. Yes, it is. It is. But that result last night, by the way, yeah, let's just go through that quickly, right? That result last night has been coming for 7 games. It's been coming for 7 games. The game against Zurich was one of the worst games of football I've ever watched. Then the game against, both games against Bodo Glimt were up there with 2 of the worst games I've ever watched. Then the game against PSV was up there with one of the worst games I've ever watched. Then the game against Leeds, we got extremely lucky. And then we obviously drew with Southampton. So there's 5 Europa League games that have been shocking, plus the 2 league games. That's 7 games we've not been very good for. So I don't know why people are trying to brush it under the carpet as, oh, it's only 1 loss. Yeah, we've been getting away with it. And the thing is, people don't like to talk about the deficiencies or players' bad form because we win a game. Oh, you're negative. Well, don't watch it then, mate. It's pretty simple. It's a simple concept. If you don't like something, don't watch it. If you don't like doing something, stop doing it. I mean, even a Muppet could do it. Real talk. If I don't like EastEnders, which I don't watch it. I'm not going to sit there, watch it, and then go online, find Phil Mitchell and start abusing him. Yeah, and saying, you're a disgrace what you did, yeah, in that pub. How dare you? How dare you do that to Sharon? Lee, how do you know he was with Sharon? If you don't watch it, he was with Sharon donkeys years ago when I was a kid. But anyway, it is what it is. This is the society we live in. This is the internet society. This is the internet football society. It is what it is. And these people love to sit and get totally triggered by watching somebody they don't like when they've got people they do like that are also live or on TV at the same time. So they'll go and watch EastEnders when they prefer Coronation Street, just so they can sit there and go and tweet Phil Mitchell. But the amount of people that don't like my thoughts on Arsenal, but their favourite content creator will be live at the same time, but they don't want to go and watch them and support their channel and put nice comments in and say, I totally agree with you, Mr. X, Y, or Z. I'm going to go to your channel and tell you you're a bellend. Okay, mate. What did you get out of that? Apart from boosting my channel. It makes no sense. But unfortunately, this is the clapped failed society we live in, where everyone can just chat breeze, literally. Like it's cool to just sit and chat rubbish to someone rather than support the person you like. Mad, isn't it? It's actually mad. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Big up to everybody in this chat. Make sure you are smashing the likes up. We've got over 300 people watching live real quick. And yeah, man, we have a game at the weekend against Nottingham Forest. I wonder how many tabs their manager's going to double drop before the press conference. He's mad. He is actually mad, that guy. This is the Chris Wheatley derby, by the way. He's coming. Is he allowed at the Emirates? Does anyone know if he's allowed in? Is he allowed? He's got a press pass. Do you remember why he got sacked? Oh, yes, he got sacked because he tweeted out false information about Thomas Partey. Again, proof that the internet is a load of idiots at times. It doesn't matter if it's factually correct or not, as long as you were the first to put it out there. That's puppet journalism these days. That is anything. You know, the amount of stuff I hear about myself. You run away to Spain. You fled to Spain. I fled to Spain. Have you seen the weather in England? Yeah, have you seen the weather? It's 28 degrees again today. I'm in shorts and t-shirt. I literally own 1 pair of jeans and 1 pair of tracksuit bottoms. Literally shorts 24/7 all year. It's great. I don't even own a coat. You fled. But that sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds better than saying you actually went full-time on YouTube, quit your job because you didn't like it, change something you didn't like in your life to do something you do like in your life. Same as watching somebody you like rather than somebody you don't like, and then decided that, oh, actually, I can work anywhere I want. Why am I staying here? Best decision I've ever made in my life, by the way. Best decision ever. The second best decision I made in my life was sitting here rattling Top Gooners every day because they're so easy to wind up. It is great. They are the weakest set of people in living history. And we're the August champions, September champions, soon to be the October champions. And you need to shut up. You need to calm down. We're top of the league. We're top of our group. You're a disgrace. It's one loss. Okay, mate. Okay, cool. So when we're not top of the league in, I don't know, December or January, then what you saying? Yeah, but we're second in the league, or we're third in the league, or we're fourth in the league. When we actually drop down to fifth, which we will at some point this season, may even end up finishing there. What are you saying then? Now, honestly, if we don't get in that top four, what's the excuse? If we don't win anything and we don't get top four, how many of these people that have sat there all summer, all season so far, saying top four in Europa League is the aim, how many of them are going to come out and say, well, we didn't achieve our aim, sack them? They won't know, will they? Maybe a tiny percentage will, but most won't, because that won't get you loads of likes and retweets on Twitter if you're a top gooner. You have to tweet like a robot. You have to tweet out the biggest load of bollocks I've ever read. And it's only one game, but I'm getting extremely concerned. It's the performance of Sambi Lokonga is very concerning. Oh, really? Why don't you just say he's shit? Loan him out, sell him, bin him. Why don't you just say that and say, oh, it's very concerning? Yeah, they sound like these little do-gooders that have like lowered the standards in the country in the first place to the point where these kids are even like just thick and out of control. Mad, isn't it? Actually mad. Lee, we need Tony, Zaha and 2 midfielders. Well, we definitely could do with a striker, a couple of midfielders. Zaha, well, if we can get him cheap enough, take him, yeah. Why not? Why not, my friend? Why not? Thanks for the donation, my friend. Appreciate it. Double glazing to all guns blazing. I remember going on that podcast and absolutely taking Mesut Ozil to the cleaners. Took him to the shop for milk. Cheers, guys. Anyway, now we've had a loss. I wouldn't be surprised if Will Outrighty comes out soon. Woohoo! Let's bring out another kit. Let's bring out another one. Let's bring that out soon. Because that's what we do at this football club. And this January, and thank you for that, Carl. Appreciate it, man. This January, we're going to see the ambition of this football club. And a lot of people are going to be sat there licking their wounds because they're expecting us with our 50 million war chest to go out there. Like the amount of people I've seen hyping up this geezer who plays for Shakhtar. You don't watch that league. Stop blagging that you watch Ukrainian football. You're chatting bollocks. Yeah, real talk. How many people in this chat sit and watch Ukrainian league football? You don't. How many of you are sitting there watching Shakhtar versus Celtic when PSG are playing? None of you. Stop lying. You've seen a little compilation of the geezer going, oh, he looks good. Yeah, no disrespect, mate. It's the Ukrainian league. I could look good. Come on. Yeah. Oh, he can run fast. Okay, what, you using him on? Oh, he's got high potential on FIFA. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. It's mad. This football club needs to go out there in January and back the talk that Edu said. Edu said it's time to compete. I will read it again. I will read out what he said on the 25th of July. Arsenal technical director Edu Gaspar says the club have to be realistic, but there is no reason why the club can't be competing for the Premier League. He said that in July. So there's no reason why the club can't be competing for the league. No reason. So I don't want to hear no reason at all as to why we didn't win it. Just sack him and sack Arteta with him. Sack Vinay, sack them all. If we don't win it, yeah, or compete for it, we should be competing for the league. That doesn't mean that because we're top of the table after 3 months that we're competing for the league. It just means we're top of the league after 3 months. If you're competing for the league, You go down to the wire and compete for the league. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're doing right now. Cool, we're top, fantastic. Wow, woohoo. If we lose to Chelsea on next Sunday and then lose to Wolves before that, we'll be down to 4th. Just like that. So that's not competing, is it? That is just, we've had a good run of form at the moment, and ultimately, irrelevant runs of form that lead to nothing are irrelevant. I say it year in, year out. And people still don't grasp this simple, basic concept. If you put a run of form together that leads to no trophy, no title, then it's irrelevant. It's just an irrelevant run of form. Mad. But this is lost on most people, because most people couldn't care less if we win or not, because the club couldn't care less if we win or not. So if the club couldn't care less, and they're peddling out all PR to say top 4 and the Europa League, if our 4 players in pre-season, Ramsdale, Xhaka, Odegaard and Smith Rowe, if none of them 4 players had come out and said the target was top 4 in Europa League, this fan base wouldn't have said top 4 in Europa League's the aim. So how comes them 4 players have a different aim than Edu, the technical director who signs them up to new deals? How's Edu's aim slightly different to their aim? How does that work? I thought this was a process that we all grow together. So how comes we're growing in different paths? These 4 players are saying top 4 in Europa League. This one's saying competing for the title. Which one is it? Which one is it? But they know they're not going to compete for the title. So by getting 4 players to come out and say top 4 in Europa League, we'll get this fan base, majority of them, saying top 4 in Europa League. So now there's no pressure to actually compete for the title. The amount of people I've seen sit there laughing at every other team, every other fan base, and sitting there laughing because we're top of the table. Ha! Tottenham lost to Newcastle. Ha! Man City dropped points. Ha! Liverpool lost. Ha! Chelsea dropped points. Ha! 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 You're all dropping points. Ha! We're still top, and we drop points, and we're still top. Ha! Ha! Okay, cool. Are we going to win the league then? No. The aim's top 4. Well, why the fuck are you laughing then? You idiots. These people are thick. Yeah, I swear they are the thickest football fans. Not even just the thickest football fans. The thickest fans in world sport. Yeah, and they literally don't believe the crap they're saying. Most of these people offline will say something completely different. Most of the people that are sitting there going, well, it's a process. We're going to win the league. Okay, cool. When is it? When can we win the league then, mate? Can you tell me? Well, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know. We can't compete with City. So what's the process end goal then? What's the process end goal? Because if we can't compete with the finances of City, soon it'll be Newcastle being pushed into that bracket. Can't compete with Newcastle. Really? Can't compete with Newcastle? Really? Okay. Can't compete with Newcastle. That'll be coming. Can't compete with Chelsea. God, how dare we compete with Chelsea? Can't compete with City. Liverpool done £500 million since Klopp's been there, since before the start of this season. How comes Klopp can get them to a Europa League final? He lost. A League Cup final? He lost. Get them to 3 Champions League finals, 1 of which he won, 2 he lost. Get him in a title race 4 seasons straight, 2 of which he lost out by 1 point. One of them years was a 100-point City, Centurions. Win an FA Cup and a League Cup with £500 million spent before this season. Get him in a quadruple to the death. Literally to the death. 2 domestic cups, missed out on the league by 1 point, lost the final of the Champions League. They were in a quadruple. How is it possible that that team that can't compete financially with City spent £500 million in 7 years, or 6 years, 7 years, whatever it is that Klopp's been here, when City have done more than that on fucking right backs and left backs? How is it that Liverpool managed to compete? Can somebody explain that? But we can't. For the last 4 seasons, Arsenal have outspent Liverpool. So why can't we compete? Can somebody explain that one? Does anyone know? Oh, but they've got Klopp. Oh, really? Okay. But you love Arteta. You think he's the best young coach on the planet. So surely the best young coach on the planet can compete. Oh, but we got the youngest squad. Okay, again, that was by default, by design. We chose to do that. Gosh, let's get a young squad. It's actually not the youngest squad in the league anymore, I believe. So how is that possible? How is it possible that PSV, whose manager, Ruud van Nistelrooy, got the job in August, are competing for a title in their first season, and his squad's younger than ours? How is that possible? I don't really understand. Excuse. Start sticking it on this club. Now's the ideal opportunity to raise the bar. And we're actually going to see whether this fan base have any ambition. We know they don't, because they're all sitting there saying top four because Ian Wright told them to. Oh, the aim's top four, says the guy that's won a league title with Arsenal. Really? Okay, mate. So you're now telling fans to not wish for a title, wish for top four, but you've won titles. Okay, duly noted. Big up True Gunners TV. Scenario, we're top in January. Do we invest heavily to compete for the title, or do we invest just enough to get top four? The amount of losers saying just top four is unreal. Clearly not confident in Arteta. This is the problem, Brandon. Big up to you, my bro. Make sure you subscribe to Brandon's channel. Problem is if we go out there in January and say, here you go, Mikel, there's 150 mil. We're going to get you Madders. We're going to get you Tony. We're going to get you Salcedo. Bosh. Now go and prove you can win a title, son. Now, the expectation is we have to go for the title. He's now got pressure because we've done another 150. We're not going to do that. The fans are not going to do that. They're too in love with Mikel Arteta to ruin his legacy at Arsenal. Yeah, the legacy that's took us from 8th to 5th when we were 4 points clear of 5th. We then signed up a striker who you heard at the beginning of the show. You heard him saying he's happy just to come off the bench and help the team. 100 grand a week we're paying that. But this fan base, sign him up because he scored 5 goals that took us from 4th to 5th. That is the mentality of this football club. And all the time these fans have got this mentality of, well, we've only got 50 million to spend. We've only got 50 million to spend. Really? Let me show you something. Let me show you something right now. Watch this. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, she found it straight away. Big up ESPN. Watch this. You're telling me this football club's skin. Oh, Lee, we're on the cusp of FFP. No, we're not. Watch this. Bosh. Watch this. Owners to OK Stan Kroenke's 571 million repayment to the NFL. Team owners are expected to approve a resolution Tuesday that will have Rams owner Stan Kroenke reimbursing the league for the remaining 571 million paid to St. Louis over the team's relocation to LA. Multiple owner and league executive sources told ESPN. He has already paid, the NFL has already paid 790 million settlement to St. Louis. But how the payment was divided up between Kroenke and the league has been a contentious issue for months. The NFL teams have contributed a total of 219 million towards the settlement reached in with the city last year. Under the resolution expected to be approved at Tuesday's quarterly league meeting in New York, Kroenke is responsible for the remainder. Owners would waive the league's limit on allowable debt in order for Kroenke to do so, the source said. The settlement announced last year ended the 4.5-year-old lawsuit filed in the wake of the Rams' departure from St. Louis. Kroenke and the NFL had failed in its bids to have the lawsuit dismissed, or at least moved out of St. Louis, and the courts were sympathetic to St. Louis' side efforts to disclose financial information of the team owners, rulings that hastened the push for the settlement. The lawsuit sought more than $1 billion. But I'm not going to bother reading the rest of that. It just goes on and on and on. But anyway, so this guy is about to pay off nearly £600 million to the NFL. And you're telling me he can't give us 150 million quid to go and buy 3 players to be in a title race. But Edu's told us we're going to compete. Edu said we're competing. So I'm holding us to that standard. We're competing. We've spent more money than Liverpool in the last 4 years. Only Manchester United in that time have outspent Arsenal in Europe. That's all the European teams. Only Manchester United have outspent us in that time. So we're the top spenders in Europe in that time. Edu said we're competing. It's time to compete. So on that basis, you better compete. And this fan base needs to raise the bar. Because if this fan base sit there like they did last week when 3 unnamed clubs were in for Edu. Oh, really? Name the clubs. Oh, but they're unknown. They're unnamed clubs. They're unknown. Okay, so the person who told you that then, how did he find that out then? And surely, if he found it out via the main person, Edu, surely Edu would have told him the clubs. Another load of waffle to test the water with the fan base that will lap up anything, the most easily pleased fans on the planet. Let's throw out a story that says technical director Edu is linked with 3 unnamed clubs because they want to give Edu a new contract. That is why they've done it. So now all the super fans, all of the super fans that get into press conferences because of Edu, all of the top gooners that tweet out Don Edu with the cigar hanging out of his chops, flipping a burger on the barbecue, and now all tweeting and speaking, going, oh, we have to keep Edu. We have to keep him. The social media team at Arsenal laid that information back to the club and going, they're sweet, mate. They're saying he's cool. Keep him. Okay, cool. So now the story come out this week. Edu's about to sign a new contract. When you lot wake up and realize how this football club is basically a Ponzi scheme, you will fucking do better. Cheers. It is actually insane how easily this football club finesse people. But it's not actually unbelievable because, like I said, we've got the thickest fans in world sport. So they're only playing up to the thickest fans. At the end of the day, if this fan base used all of the super fans and all of the top gooners with all of their followers to tweet out a hashtag saying we want signings in January, or spend another 150 Stanley, or hashtag we want a title, and that went viral everywhere, trending all over every social media platform, the football club would sit there and go, yo, we're top of the league, but this got 150 mil spent. Yeah, they want a title charge. When Man United had the Glazer protests and they stormed the pitch and got the Liverpool game called off, Man U Liverpool at Old Trafford, what happened after that? Can anyone remember? Oh, let's sign Jadon Sancho. Let's sign Rafa Varane. Oh, let's sign Ronnie. Sue! Because guess what? Fan power made them Glazers think, shit, we better spend some money because they're about to revolt. There's more of us than there is them, by the way. There's more of us as fans than there is hierarchy at this football club. So how about, instead of chatting bollocks about Anthony doing a little fucking fidget spin, yeah, and misplacing the pass, or worrying about referees, oh, it's a conspiracy. Right, thank God we ain't got the ref who's reffing Brentford Wolves at the weekend, by the way. Bobby Madley, do you remember him? Yeah, do you remember him? He got banned for 3 years for having a dark joke, apparently, about somebody with a Zimmer frame. I mean, I see it. I was like, really? You got banned for 3 years for taking the piss out of yourself. This is the clap society we live in. But he is making his return to the Premier League. He's going to be refereeing the Brentford Wolves game. Imagine if he was reffing the Arsenal game. Oh, he was banned. Why have we got him? Weirdos. Absolute weirdos. Yeah, the fact is, this football club will watch everything we do. They'll probably watch this. They'll have somebody watching Turkish. They'll have somebody watching AFTV. They'll have somebody watching Twitter. They'll have somebody watching Insta, so on and so forth. Their social media team will be relaying all the general consensus from the majority of the fans online back to the football club. Why is it that when we lose a game, I'll give an example. When we went through a rough patch, every time we go for a rough patch before this season, obviously we've not been through one yet, but before this season, when they put out team news or training pictures, why do they never put out Granit Xhaka? Why was it always Bukayo Saka? Why was it always Smith Rowe? Why was it always Odegaard? Why was it El Neni? Oh, El Neni, flavour of the month. Yeah, it was El Neni. Why? Because they sit online and realise that people are slagging off the likes of Xhaka at the time. They're slagging off the likes of fucking other players at the time. So if we put out the training pics and it's a picture of Granit Xhaka, all the comments underneath are going to be fuck Xhaka, piss off Xhaka, get out of the club, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. If they put a picture out of Project Youth, oh, isn't he cute? He holds puppies. Oh, he dives a lot, but he holds puppies. Oh, isn't he cute? Oh, Smith Rowe, look how fit he is. Oh, wow. It doesn't matter he's always injured. He's just, I could just look at him all day. Oh, look at him. Yeah. Put Granit Xhaka out, or Aubameyang, or Lacazette. Brrr, comments filling up with hate. And this is why this football club is the most smartest football club on the planet. Their PR is unrivaled. It is unrivaled. Now, any other football club, Granit Xhaka would have been binned time ago. But the way they have flipped this, which I told you they would, I did tell you this. I told you the All for Nothing documentary would be a Granit Xhaka road to redemption. I did tell you this. Go back and look at my fucking videos last season. I said that All for Nothing will be about Granit Xhaka and how he's making a comeback and he's going to be the top player. They've spun the marketing. They've spun the PR. Why did we need to go and see Granit Xhaka's home life? Like, I give a fuck. Yeah. Were you any good for 6 years? No. Are you good at the moment? Yes. Does that overrule 6 years? No. Did you tell the fans to piss off? Yes. Did you flirt with Roma? Yes. Did you get a pay rise off the back of it? Yes. Oh, but I get abused online. Yeah, so do we, mate. So do I. Yeah. What's your point? But the way they've spun it is, oh, poor Granit. Oh, poor Granit. He wants to get the fans. He wants to get the fans to come to the training ground so he can liaise with the fans. Bollocks. Absolute rubbish. If that guy wanted to fucking mingle with the fans, he can walk down the fucking Hornsey Road and go in the Tollington pub and buy himself a lemonade. Yeah, after the game. Instead, he don't. He whizzes straight through the traffic lights and goes home. Sometimes he'll stop if they're red and let somebody film him, and then they'll upload that to YouTube. Oh, look, I met Granit Xhaka. Yeah, didn't get out of the car and sign everywhere. He didn't say, hold up, people. You just all stand back. I'll go and park around the corner in the car park at the leisure centre across the road, literally across the road from the Tollington. I'll go and park there, and I'll come back and I'll have a chat with you all. But he wants to liaise with the fans. Yeah, you don't believe anything, seriously. Load of bollocks. Lee, Phil and Sharon are still in EastEnders. Not that I watch it. They're still in it. You're having a laugh in, yeah? Bro, they were in it when I was a kid. Jesus Christ. All for Nothing will now be repeated. Same again. Exactly. All for nothing, bro. It's actually insane. Smash the likes up, guys. You can do it, guys. You can do it. Let's read out some of these comments. January is the time to get this ownership to go and spend money. This fan base won't, because they don't want to win. They don't want to put pressure on Mikel to win, because it's all part of, oh, we're just enjoying it at the moment. The participation, you know, sometimes you get ups and downs in results and games. Yeah, the result doesn't matter last night. Well, if the result doesn't matter, why did we keep fucking score then? Like, real talk. If the score doesn't matter, the result don't matter, why did we have a score last night? Might as well just not had a score. Oh, it's the taking part that counts, says no one apart from a fucking loser. Mad. Actually mad. All Guns Blazing is cancelled. Smash the likes up. Drop kick the likes. Liaise the like button. Oh, dear. Sadly, FIFA created a lot of these fixed supporters who judge players on stats of the game. It's embarrassing. Facts, Nick. Absolute facts. 4-month title challenge. That's all it's going to be, mate. That's all it's going to be. YouTube won't let me send a super chat. Don't worry, bro. It's not about the donations. Oh, but he begs for them. He begs for them. YouTube take half the money anyway. So it is what it is. Appreciate you watching, mate. Smash the likes up. That helps as well. It's just been a good run of form. Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's a good run of form that we've enjoyed, but now it's time to get serious. Absolutely get serious. But like I've said, this fan base do not care about winning the league. Yeah, they care about sitting on their Twitter accounts laughing at Chelsea and Tottenham and Liverpool and Man United. They don't care about actually, do you know what? We could potentially win it this season. Why don't we, instead of chatting fucking bollocks, yeah, tweet the club every single day demanding signings, demanding we go out in January. All these muppets that have got hundreds of thousands of fucking robotic retards that fucking follow them, yeah, that can't think for themselves. They go, oh, he's got 250,000. He must be a really good fan. I'll follow him. Oh, I don't leave my bedroom. Oh, I don't open the curtains in my bedroom. I sit in darkness all day. My mum doesn't want me to get a job because she hasn't got a job. These people are fucking losers. Yeah, this is the kind of people that follow these accounts. What makes you want to follow an account that sits there chatting shit all day like that? Like, real talk. Listen to this. I want to read this out. This is one of these fucking robotic accounts. Still don't know why his YouTube failed. He's got about 300,000 Twitter followers. Surely they'd all come over and watch him, right? He's failed twice. Mad. Actually fucking insane. Anyway, let me find this. Gabriel Magalhaes is a lot more important to the defence than people want to admit. Really? Well, let me break down that bullshit then, because that's had over, at the time that I got sent that had 3,780 likes. 3,780 people are thick. Yeah, it's probably on about 10,000 now. So Gabriel Magalhaes is a lot more important to the defence than people want to admit. I'll break that down from Muppet talk into actual real talk. Gabriel Magalhaes is a better centre-back than Rob Holding, and Rob Holding is on the pitch. So when Rob Holding is on the pitch, we look even worse than when Gabriel's on the pitch. So on that basis, Gabriel is apparently so important to the team. No, it's just Rob Holding's even worse, mate. Come on. What is wrong with these people? Do you know what? They deserve nothing, these fans. Honestly, nothing. They're fucking losers. They deserve absolutely nothing, and they deserve everything that's coming this season. It's been great. Fantastic. Best team in the league to watch. I've said that. Granit Xhaka's been our best player this season. I've said that. Mikel Arteta's got us playing great football this season. I've said that. But I'm all about titles. Oh, you're a glory hunter. Well, only losers say that. Winners get the glory. Winners want the glory. Oh, you're a glory hunter. Well, why wouldn't you want glory? Like, honestly, why wouldn't you want to be glorious? Why wouldn't you want to feel glorious? Why wouldn't you want to see your team win the league title? Oh, but Lee, it's a process. Okay, can you tell me when the process ends? Well, no, but listen, we're doing well this season and we're top. Didn't care about this season and being top. When does the process end? Can somebody tell me when the process ends and we can actually go and win a title? Because this is his 4th season. We're not going to go and sign the players required to win it. The fans are not going to stick it on the club to go and do that. So we're never going to win it. What part of this don't people see? And then I'm negative because I want to win it. I'm the only fan I've seen out here, by the way, yeah, with a platform the size of mine or above, yeah, that is actually sitting there saying, time to stick it on them. Now's the time. We want to win the league now, compete for it this season. You seen anyone else doing it? You seen any of these top gooners and super fans demanding a title charge this season? No? Because they don't care. They're not interested. Most of these people fucking don't even give a shit about the club. They're only doing it to boost up their social medias to go and get a job in the mainstream. Like, come on. These people are fucking scumbags. Yeah, and they're massive reason why this football club is a bunch of losers, yeah, with no standards whatsoever. Unbelievable. Nobody wants that pressure at this club, mate. Yeah, exactly. This is a good one. But who do you replace him with? Exactly, bro. And then as soon as you name a name, oh, yeah, well, he's shit. So if I said I'd replace him with Simeone, nah, he plays shit football, mate. Well, what have I watched for the last fucking 3 years under this manager? Pammed by Burnley at home, Wolves at home, Leicester at home, Villa at home, Olympiacos, Villarreal. I could continue, by the way. Liverpool, Man City, battered every time we play them. You've got our centre-back, Ben White, coming out the other day, who's now currently a right-back, who's genuinely just not interested in football at all. Now, openly admitted he doesn't watch it. And if you watch the interview he did with, I think it was Swedish or Danish TV the other day, something like that, the way he was talking to that guy was a disgrace. Wasn't even looking at him, yeah? Was just chatting absolute bollocks, yeah? That sums up modern-day football, yeah? Just arrogant, overpaid shit footballers that think that their shit don't stink. All of the comments on the tweet that I was sent from Sky Sports with that clip, right? I think it was Sky Sports. No, I'm lying. It wasn't Sky Sports. It was another account. Every single comment on that was saying, what's happened to this guy? When he was at Leeds, he weren't this arrogant. It was just full of Leeds fans saying, and Brighton, all saying the same. He weren't that arrogant. Why is he arrogant now? Because he thinks, oh, I play for Arsenal. Really? Do you remember when he was laughing at Minamino when he missed the City at Anfield? And then we went on to lose the second leg at the Emirates. Do you remember that? If I was Minamino, I would have run up to his face and laughed in his face. Unbelievable. But like I said, this fan base of most of them online are just kids. They've never seen us win a league title. Yeah, they've grown up on Daddy Wenger. Yeah, oh, Wenger. Oh, yeah, top four's a trophy. Why'd you look at me? All right, they're losers. Yeah, they're losers. Absolute losers. Absolute losers. Arsenal is not a priority. His priority. He probably gets more money from America. Fact. Which is why the fan base have to stick it on him. But the fan base are too happy being comfortable with top 4. This fetish, and it is a fetish, this fetish with Champions League football. Cool. So let's say we finish top 4. Apparently we can attract better players. Really? Where's the evidence of that then? We were in Champions League for 22 years. Name me 5 world-class footballers that were world-class the day we signed them. Not ones we made world-class, like the Omris, the Perez's and all of that. Yeah, the Vieiras. Name me 5 players that were world-class whilst we were in Champions League football. The day we signed them, they were already a world-class player. Most will say Ozil, cool, you can have Ozil. Alexis Sanchez, cool, there's 2. Who else? Who else? So what better players are we getting then? Last 6 games, 4 goals for Pepe. Should have kept him. Well, apparently he was the reason we were shit, mate. Not like we could do with another winger, is it? Name me 5 players. I've named you 2, so there's 3 more. Name some more. 92% of stats are bullshit. That's funny that you put a stat on there. He's the biggest robot guy, mate. That guy's a weirdo, mate. Proper off-key guy, man. If you see him walking down the street, you'd cross the road. Like if he was walking towards you, you'd cross the road. Proper off-key. Off-key. But all of these people that have them accounts with all these mass followers, bro, they literally have nothing going on in their lives. They just sit in the box room at Mars' house, yeah, with the curtains closed. Can't get a job because nobody will employ them because they've got something wrong with them. And they've got a Twitter account with 300k. That's their whole life. That's it. Wait till Elon Musk gives me my Twitter account back. I'm going to ruin them all. Big up Elon, my guy. That day would be hilarious. That day would actually be hilarious. Imagine he goes, yeah, here's your account back. Imagine Andrew Tate back on there. Oh my days. That platform will be jokes the day they reinstate everyone's accounts. That day will go down in living history. Yes, Cohen Bramall, do you remember him? £20,000 we paid for him. Just because he didn't cost 20 million doesn't mean he can't be good. Yeah, that went well. That went well, didn't it? Santi Cazorla was not world class when we signed him. Mark Overmars is a shout. Yeah, look at this. Look, Sonogo, Welbeck, Dani Ceballos. Well, we won in Champions League then. Yossi Benayoun, Fran Merida, Denilson, Kallström. These are the players that we signed whilst we were in Champions League. Some of these. Olivier Giroud. Chupa Akpom. Do you know what I'm saying? Benica Phobie. That's what I'm saying. So this notion of if we get into the Champions League, Podolski weren't world class, bro. Podolski's never been world class. Very good player. Elite level mentality, but nah, not world class for me, mate. Bracket down from that. Andre Santos, do you know what I'm saying? Per Mertesacker. Not sure about that. Very good centre back. Frimpong. Dench. Do you know what I'm saying? Debuchy. Like, this is what I'm saying. So this lie and this facade that keeps getting put out there about if we make Champions League, we can attract better players. Really? We were in it 22 years and we're struggling to find 5 world-class players we signed. Stop chatting bollocks. Yeah, seriously, stop chatting bollocks. Oh, but we don't buy world-class talents, we make them. Okay, cool. How many we made? How many we made? Okay, Henry. Yeah? Henry. Cool. Vieira. Were you alive to witness them? Were you alive? All these kids that were watching Arsenal now, were you alive to see Henry? Were you? Did you actually watch Henry when he signed for Arsenal? 2004 was what, 18 years ago? Nearly 19 years ago. So if you were 21, you didn't see Henry. If you were 22, didn't really see Henry, did you? Didn't really see the best of Henry, did you? If you were 24, You were 5 years old when Henry signed for Arsenal. If you're 24 now, you were 5 when he signed. Can you really remember what you were doing at 5 and remember that? Not sure. Not sure. So all these kids that are sitting there that are 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, stop chatting bollocks. Like, real talk, stop chatting bollocks. Yeah, stop. Javinho. You know what I'm saying? Koscielny, fucking that guy was a donkey, bruv. That was one of the most overrated centre-backs I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, one of the most overrated centre-backs. Park Chu-young, another one. Mustafi, another one. Clichy. Eduardo could have been world-class. Never was. Flamini. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. These are the players. Rosicky was a good player. He weren't world-class. These are the players that we signed whilst we had Champions League football. Fabregas. Fabregas wasn't world-class when we signed him, bro. We made him world-class. But yes, that is one we made world-class. Van Persie, we made world-class. Fact. Becky B. Arshavin was quality, but not world-class for me, bro. He could have been, but we fucked him up. We fucked him up. And this is my point. The fact is, right, we have made a load of world-class players, but this is in an era before all of these people chatting bollocks about top 4. We're even witnessing fucking watching these players. Since the Emirates era, how many players have we made world-class? It's all so quiet. None. Yeah. Facts and reality is Champions League football does not get you a better caliber of player. Money does. That's it. That's it. That's it. If someone put a gun to your head and made you choose the next Arsenal manager and you had to pick one, would you pick Hansi Flick or Luis Enrique? Flick. Flick all day long. But I wouldn't pick either of them if I'm honest. But if I had to pick one out of the two, I'd pick Flick. But yeah, man, it's mad. But unfortunately, this is just a merry-go-round, a spiral of false promises. Yeah, false promises and a load of old shit. Yeah, that's all it is. False hope, false promises, you know, lies, deceit. Oh, the British core, that was a fucking joke. Remember when Wenger was leaning over them all? Yeah, that went well. Well done, mate. Remember the German core? The German core. That went well, didn't it? Apparently, they were all snakes in the end. Now we've got Project Youth. Okay, mate. Project Youth until Saka or Smith Rowe decide they fucking want to win titles and then leave. Then what we're going to do? Because the whole Project Youth is over these two people. It ain't over Odegaard. Ain't over Saliba. Ain't over Gabriel Magalhaes. Ain't over any other player in that team, Martinelli and all that. Project Youth is solely around Saka and Smith Rowe. That's it. As soon as Saka, the star boy, decides he actually has some ambition and wants to go and win stuff and leaves, Project Youth's buried. Stop buying into these false promises, these stupid bullshit fucking things that these football clubs peddle out. There is no Project Youth. It is Project Lower the Standards so that you lot don't demand a title charge because they don't want to do what's required. They can make their money by just getting in the top 4 every year in, year out. The team that finishes 4th in the league probably gets about 30 million less than the team that wins it. So why would you go and do that extra 100 mil to go and get minus 120 back or 100 back or 70 back? Why would you go and do that extra money if you finish 4th and you can get 30 million less than the winner? Why would you do an extra 100 mil? You're 70 mil out of pocket if you finish 4th. But if you do it, you're now putting pressure on the manager, pressure on the players. So they're not going to do that either because they want to keep Mikel Arteta here for a decade or more without actually doing anything in the hope that one day he might just fluke something. Yeah, penny pinching, fluke it. Absolute bullshit, man. Absolute bullshit. Yeah, the fact is, there's a few people that come out here and say it as it is. Southern Gooner's one of them. Yeah, Southern Gooner is one of them. Yeah, Northside's another. Dan Potts is another. Kenny, Jez, there's loads of you in my chat that come here every day that say exactly the same. There's a lot of people out there that don't trust this manager. They don't trust this football club to do what's required, and they don't like a lot of these players. So we need to do something about it. And now, whilst we're top and we've played well and we are top of the league and we've been the best team, we've got the best manager in the league at the moment in terms of results and league position. He is the best manager at the moment. We've got the best midfielder in the league at the moment, Granit Xhaka. So why, right now, whilst we have a fantastic opportunity, do we not go and fucking go for it? But we won't, because they know that even if we finish 5th, all of these people will make up bullshit excuses and the club get away with it again. That's it. So, yeah, man, time to stick it on the owner. Time to stick it on Arteta, because he's part of the management committee, the transfer committee, that decide what players to buy. So it's on him, it's on Edu, it's on Tim Lewis, it's on Vinay. What does he actually do apart from sit there fucking doing nothing? Sitting there making Edu a cup of tea. What does he actually do? That guy is the biggest fucking nicking a living merchant at our football club. Yeah, nicking a living. Over 2 million quid we're paying him for what? Yeah, mad. Unbelievable. So yeah, now's the time to stick it on all these people. Don't forget, Edu did say, now it's time to go and compete for titles. Garlic as well, yes. Now is the time to go and compete for titles. He said it on the 25th of July this year. So, at the end of the season, when we haven't competed for the title, I want him gone. I want Arteta gone. I want all of them gone. And go and get somebody that knows what they're fucking doing instead of lying through their teeth to this fan base. It is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to do a couple more comments and I'm getting out of here. Big up Ace. Come on, bro. Only dealing facts. I don't care about Disney-esque fantasies of these people, man. Living in fucking cuckoo land. Oh, no, we have to live in sparkles and unicorns and drink chai lattes and eat soy bagels because that's what I've been told to do. And you can't say anything against that because you're negative and you'll ruin my mental health. Fuck off. If I dropped 100 grand in your fucking bank, mate, you'd be a lot happier. Jesus Christ. Turn it in. What's the matter with these people? Unbelievable. These people are so soft. Arsenal have got the softest fans, haven't they? He's the tea lady. He literally is the tea lady, mate. He is. Let's read some of these comments out. Big up root calls, man. Big up. It's now or never. Exactly, bro. It's either now or it's another 15, 20 years. And another load of failed youth projects, failed German cause, failed British cause. Remember Lucas Perez and his exotic name? He was badly treated by us. Wenger should have played him more. He was all right. Mental health match. I ain't got nothing wrong with people that suffer from mental health, but it's the ones that fucking sit there chatting shit. Yeah, and then when you stick it back on them, they cry about their mental health. Don't need to go down that route. One's just come out of fucking Her Majesty's pleasure. Yeah. Oh, my mental health. That's why I'm not uploading. Really? Okay, mate. Really? We all know the truth. Really? People like that wind me up. Yeah, because there is people that do actually genuinely suffer with their mental state. And people like that, nah, mate. Lee, do you worry that people like yourself that say it as it is will get cancelled from platforms as your views don't fit the narrative? Nope, I ain't worried one bit, mate. I've not had no problems with this YouTube channel since I've had it. And I've been on it 4 years next month. I've not had any strikes, any warnings, nothing. No copyright, no warnings about language or anything like that. No warnings about anything, mate. My channel is as clean as a whistle. And it's nearly 4 years old. So I ain't got no issue whatsoever, mate. I'm sweet. I'll just say what I say, but I'll just do it in a smart way without... So when we're talking about face nappies, yeah, when we're talking about experimental needles and stuff like that, yeah, there's ways of saying stuff without saying the exact thing. But again, that was a load of bollocks, wasn't it? And still people are walking around like fucking lemmings, walking around with their face nappy on their face, 30 degrees. They're walking around with it. What are you doing? Sitting in the car with your wife, with one over your face, but your wife ain't. Well, do you wear that in the house, mate? Do you get in bed with the missus with that on? People are fucking tapped, mate. They're too far gone. Too far gone. Big up the real G. Top G. Top G, baby. Man said I ain't opening the door to Steve Cooper on 31st. Hey, by the way, yeah, my mum and dad, right, check this. This is how fucking smart my parents are, right? They never used to take us trick-or-treating or let us go trick-or-treating. Do you know why? Because if you're a nonce, that's the best fucking night to fucking act. A load of kids running around knocking on doors in the dark. You're dressed up. My mum was fucking clever, man. She was like, you ain't going trick-or-treating. Fuck trick-or-treating. So smart. Anyway, I want to wrap this up. So if you can stop throwing money into my chat, that'd be great. Big up Alfie, man. Big up everyone in here. Big up Ian, man. Yeah, most of the world are brainwashed, mate. Most of the world are brainwashed. Definitely Arsenal fans. Yeah, but listen, this is the thing. Most of our fans are thick because they didn't get an education. Yeah, they all left school with no GCSEs. They haven't gone on to higher education. They work in McDonald's or work in a trainer shop, or just don't have a job and sign on to get job seekers allowance, go to a couple of interviews, but because they're thick, they'll fuck the interview up deliberately and get their 75 quid every 2 weeks or whatever it is. That's how it is, mate. And then they're sitting at home telling me I'm a fake fan. Okay, good one, mate. What are you going to do when you're 40? Real talk. You got a plan? Does anyone actually have a plan? What's your plan for the rest of the year? What's your plan when you wake up in the day? When you wake up tomorrow morning, what time are you waking up? Have you got a plan? Do you need an alarm to get up? What time are you getting up? When you wake up, what's your plan? Where are you going? What are you doing? How are you doing it? What's your goal for the day? What's your goal for the week? Most people ain't got a plan, which is why they're fucking failures, mate, and they fail at everything. Because they sit there and go, oh, actually, yes, I would love to do YouTube, but I ain't got a plan. So what I'll do is I'll make a YouTube channel that slags off Lee Gunner because I can't do it myself. So what I'll do is I know there's loads of people that don't like him. I'll slag him off instead. So that way I'll get a few views. Unbelievable. I told you, most people are thick, man. They're thick. I don't hang around with thick people. Most of my mates, pretty much all of my mates own a business. Yeah, and they're smart people. They make money, man. They make money. They invest their money wisely. Yeah, and that doesn't mean buying a property, by the way, because that's one of the worst investments you can ever do. But they invest it into stocks, shares, whatever, other businesses, and money makes money. But most of these people ain't interested in that. They're interested in just sitting on their Twitter account, chatting bollocks, letting the world go round. And before they know it, they'll be 40 and still doing the same thing. Is what it is, isn't it? 10 a.m. Sorry, I didn't read that comment out. Big up God's will. How are you, mate? You X collab soon. I'll speak to X, man. Yeah, it'd be good to get X on. X is sound. I like him. He's a good boy. Fucking funny, that boy, man. But yeah, I'll speak to him. I'm mad flat out until mid-November when the World Cup starts. I can then upload rather than stream. I'll still do a few streams. Don't diss property. Bro, let me tell you something, right? I'm not dissing property, but for me, it's one of the worst things you could ever buy. Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Right? The banking system own the properties. Yeah. So you're paying a bank. Not only that, you're stuck to a certain area. Yeah, you can't travel around the world. If you decide that actually I want to go and move to Spain, you've now got to try and sell the property. Well, you might not be able to sell it for a year. So now you're stuck in it. But then you decide, okay, I'll rent it out. So now you rent it out, you've got to pay an agent to rent it out unless you rent it out privately. Now you've got a fucking tenant in it. Yeah, that's gonna be on the phone every 10 minutes saying, oh, the boiler's gone. Now you've got to fix the boiler. So you buy a fucking, let's say a 200 grand house. How much are you going to rent that 200 grand house out for? Depends what area you live in, I suppose. Let's say you live in Milton Keynes, a 4-bedroom house that you live in with your family. You want to rent the house out. Let's say it costs $1,400 a month. Yeah, your mortgage is about that. So you're not making any money out of it. Right? Not only that, you're stuck to one area. And then you pay your mortgage over 25 years. You bought the house for 200 grand, right? 1,400 a month for 25 years is what? Because I'll tell you what, you ain't selling it for what you've paid for it over the time of 25 years. Mortgages were good when you were getting them for 6 grand, like my parents did. But they bought their first house for 7 grand. 7 grand. Yeah, can't even buy a car for that. Not a decent one anyway. So if I decide, actually, I don't want to live in England, I'm going to live in Spain, I can stop and leave. Now I can rent in Spain. If I decide that I don't want to live in Spain anymore, actually, I fancy moving to Andorra, which isn't a million miles away from here. It's border of France and Spain. If I fancy moving to Andorra, I can go and rent in Andorra. Yeah, if I decide that actually I fancy going to Tokyo, yeah, go and do a few months in Tokyo, go and live in Tokyo. Yeah. By the time you pay a mortgage off, you've paid way, way, way over what the property value is worth on the day that you sell it. So 1,400 a month, right? This is assuming it's a fixed rate at 1,400 a month, yeah? 1,400 a month. Where's my calculator? 1,400 times 12 times 25. You're paying back 420 grand on a house that you paid 200 grand for. Are you telling me you're going to sell that for 420? Because unless you sell it for more than 420, by the time you paid all the fees and all that, you've lost money, mate. And you've been stuck in that same location for 25 years. Not for me, mate. Not for me. Good luck to anyone who does. My mum and dad have done all right out of it. But that was in a generation where you could buy a house for 7 grand. Then you could spin it for 77 grand or 90 grand. Then you could buy another one for 90 and you could spin it, yeah, for fucking 120 3 months later. Then you buy another one for 250 and you can spin that for 400 6 months later. They made some good money out of it. Yeah, you can make good money out of property, but I don't want to be tied down to one location. I'm happy to float around, mate, to visit different places. And like I said, the only people that benefit out of the housing system are the bank. Of which I didn't know this until my dad told me a couple of weeks ago when he was here. If you've got more than 100 grand, sorry, more than 86 grand in a bank account, if that bank goes bust, they're only insured on your money up to 86 grand. So if you have more than 86 grand in your bank and it goes disappear, bye-bye, we've gone, like Northern Rock did once upon a time, and you've got more than 86 grand in the bank, you've lost all of that excess money. You can only get the 86 grand because that's all they're insured for per person, apparently. And I didn't know that until my dad told me. So I researched it, and I think it's 86 or 87 grand. So if you've got millions of pounds in capital, like cash, yeah, fucking sat in your bank account, and that bank goes bust, you're only getting 86 grand back. That's mad. That is actually insane. So I'll give you another example, right? I do YouTube at the moment, and I can work anywhere on the planet as long as there's Wi-Fi. If this all goes tits up next week, but then there's an opportunity to do something else similar online, but they say, but you have to be located in Singapore, I could just see you later, mate. Go to Singapore. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya. But if I own a house and I live in England, or own a house and I live in Spain, I can't just up and go to Singapore, can I? So now what do? I can't pay my mortgage because I ain't got this anymore. The job offer that I've got is in Singapore. That's doing, let's say like Troops, for example. If Troops owned a property, would he be able to just up and leave and go to New York? He wouldn't, would he? But now he can travel to New York. Yeah, it's the same. If I got offered something similar, say Barstool, Singapore, and I could go and live in Singapore. But if I owned a property, I can't, can I? Because then what am I doing? I've still got to pay the mortgage. Now I've got to pay rent. So I'm saying, and now that house is sat empty. Yeah, but obviously I'm going to need the house for when I go back to visit family and friends and stuff. Nah, mate. No, not for me, man. Not for me. I'd rather just rent, if I'm honest. Rather just rent. Big up, Neftali. I know you're big on the housing, bro. I know you're very smart with it as well. But there's also something I got told a few weeks ago. Yeah, that most mortgages, I don't know if this is true, but most mortgages are illegal. Yeah, because the company that give you the mortgage is not the owner of the house. So there's a loophole. Somebody did it, I think. What was the guy's name? He won in court. Yeah, and it's now started the process. Like timeshares. Timeshares, people are trying to get out of timeshares because they were found to be a load of bollocks. So now they found the loophole to get people out of timeshares. They're doing the same in the UK, I think, to get people out of mortgages, because eventually at the end of the time of the mortgage, you don't officially own the house, even though it's yours. It's not yours because the company loaned you the money. It weren't their house to give you the money for. There was a loophole. Somebody won it in court. Can't remember the guy's name, but it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. The interest rates on mortgages are a joke anyway. Yeah, my rent's 800. It ain't going up anytime soon. And if it does, It's going up, what, 850? It's going up to 850. Whoopee. Yeah, if I need a new washing machine, she's coming to do a new washing machine. If I need a new boiler, she's coming to do a new boiler. If I need a new bed, which I did, she's come and bought me a new bed. Yeah, if the electrics go, which they did it, she'd come around and sort the electrics out. So I don't have any outgoings for any of that. I don't have to pay the insurance. I don't have to pay, I don't even have to pay water. It's part of the community, which is tied into my rent. So all I have to pay is electric and rent. And I still ain't had my electric bill from her yet. And that was due about 2 weeks ago. Maybe there isn't one. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I've been waffling for hours. Well, over an hour. I was supposed to do 25 minutes. And yeah, big up to everybody in this chat, man. Big up to everybody in this chat. Big up to Dante, bro. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're good. Let me read a couple of these comments out real quick. Big up to Ian. Good luck. There you go. Big up to Chris. I'm in Cyprus for the EU bailout. Sorry, they took money out of our bank accounts, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're only insured up to 86 grand, bro. So if you've got more than 86 grand in your bank, it's probably not wise to have it in a bank, is it? Like, let's be real. It's probably not wise, because if that bank ever went bust, they only insure you. They're only insured to 86 grand per person. So anyone who's got more than that in a bank account, it's probably not wise to have that in a bank account. You never know what's around the corner, man. Imagine having millions in the bank and then the bank went bust like Northern Rock did. You'd be fuming. You'd be absolutely fuming. But anyway, big up to everybody who's watched this stream. Big up to everyone who's watching on playback. Big up to all the mods in the chat as well. Big up to everyone who's dropped a donation in. Follow the TikTok, Lee Gunner AFC. Follow the Insta. Big up to Phil. Thanks for your excellent work on the Spurs corner last week. And to answer your question, yes, it burns us to see fans sucking off Levy and how the standards have dropped. Bro, Levy's the biggest single problem at your club, along with the fans. But there we go. Is what it is. Thoughts on Anthony doing the showboating more than Ronaldo walking out, bro? This is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, football's supposed to be entertainment. Yeah, if the pass resulted in a goal, everyone would be knocking one out. Yeah, the fact that he slightly overhit it, yeah, slightly overhit it, everyone's getting on his case. If it had been 1 yard softer, Casemiro could have slapped it or cut inside and slapped it. Yeah, all of a sudden it's then not an issue, is it? But it is what it is. Yeah, come on, big up to Jules, man. Make your own bank. Fact. Anyway, I'm going to get myself out of here. Big up to everybody who's tuned in, man. I'll be back again tomorrow evening. I'm walking up a mountain tomorrow, which should be fun. Keep your eyes peeled for my Instagram. I'll have some pictures on the Instagram, on the stories. Lee Gunner 82, link in there with the TikTok. Follow the TikTok. We're over 600. Come on, let's get it up to 1,000 real quick. You should join Rumble. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. I think Rance has joined it, isn't he? I think he's on there. But yeah, man, more platforms the better. Yeah, more platforms the better, man. Same with more things to put your money into, the better. It's as simple as that, mate. Don't just rely on one source of income when you can have 10. So it's what it is, isn't it? But listen, big up to all of you lot in the chat, man. You lot are real ones. It's not Gibraltar. I'm not walking up Gibraltar Rock, bro. I'm walking up. It's a beautiful mountain. I've never been there, but the pictures look amazing. So yeah, man. Me and a few people are walking up that tomorrow. No, bro, come on. You can do it different ways, bro. It's not actually starting your own official bank account, bro. But big up anyway. Listen, I'm getting out of here, man. And adios, amigos. Ateta fuera. Para siempre. Ciao.